Hi, I'm David Carlin, head of DA Carlin and Company, and I'm here to share with you some insights as part of our Sustainable Finance Digest, discussing the elements of the Transition Pathway Initiative's State of the 2024 Transition. This is a really great report. The Transition Pathway Initiative has been working for a number of years on gathering information about companies and their transition across a variety of different sectors. They tend to look at two different areas. One is what's called management quality, meaning are the governance policies, leadership, incentives in place to make an effective transition? And then also looking at temperature alignment, sometimes called carbon performance. The goal there is to actually, on a more quantitative basis, see how their targets and emissions do or don't align with those of the Paris Agreement. So this year was a banner year with over 1,000 companies being evaluated on management quality and over 400 being assessed in terms of carbon performance. What we see is some incremental and important progress, as well as much greater scope and coverage. This is a big step forward in order to not only see the mainstreaming of net zero and decarbonization, but really the actions around it as well, going from targets to planning. To talk a little bit about management quality levels, the focus here really is on going from a level of virtual unawareness, that's at level 0, all the way up to real tangible actions with meaningful impacts on the business, driving things forward. So as they look at the level of maturity of management, as well as the strength of governance, this is the road and steps that are taken. What we see here is that in this report, the average management quality score is about 3.1. That's pretty good, but what it really means is that overall there's been a step change up where awareness and understanding of net zero is pretty clear. But the next steps here are to move not just from 3 to 4, but all the way up to that 5th and highest category. What we're seeing are the laggards have tended to be coal, cement, and shipping, whereas the highest average scores are seen for utilities and consumer goods. There's a lot of variation though, and within each of these sectors, different companies are performing at different levels. When we think about carbon performance, one of the big steps here has been the inclusion of hundreds of new firms. Those new firms reflect both the mainstreaming of decarbonization, but also the fact that better data gives us a more clear perspective of how different sectors are moving. Overall, we see a movement up toward a lower temperature, which is progress, a transition. So a large number of firms are enacting that transition, but the pace of it still is too incomplete and too slow. While we see more firms than previously in that 1.5 degree aligned category, we also see more firms overall in some of the misaligned categories. What that means is while there are leaders, we should look to them for examples, but need to move faster overall as companies and industries. Now, to conclude, you can learn more about this report and the insights from TPI by clicking the link below, or you can subscribe to our newsletter, and you have the opportunity to do so by clicking that link on the front page. Any questions about this, you can please reach out to me. My email and information is below. Thank you.